The voice behind Hell Yeah Radio, the former owner of Ultimate Cases and Cases Unlimited, and a guitarist from the heavy metal band Ritual. Also, he designed a journey of physical and emotional healing, the road to recovery, a course to get your quality of life back. Welcome to the channel, Paulie D. Hell yeah. Hey, the voice behind Hell Yeah Radio, Paulie D, a former flight case maker, lead guitarist for the heavy metal band Ritual, and which started a road to recovery. How you doing today? And thanks for being on my show.
How you doing, Mr. Johnny D from Plug and Play? Andy, what is up, man?
I, I like to thank you for being on the show again. We had you on here a couple of times. And I'd like to congratulate you on your engagement with Jenny Moore.
Thank you.
I'd like to tell everybody about the public announcements. I'm about to tell everybody that I stole your show via Zoom, and and it really upset some of your followers from your family that you have on your show.
Well, it's sort of called an attack.
Yes. So I'm here to apologize and congratulate you at the same time. And thanks for being on the show.
Now, I found, you know what is cool about you, dude? You apologize. You did a great job with a green screen. All right.
Yeah, he fooled you, eh?
You know what? I was like, what the hell is going on? So we got a limited amount of time here. Okay. So you can ask me what you like, and I will go answer the questions.
All right. So where's it going? Hell Yeah Radio. You're gonna change your platform? Or are you gonna stick with Hell Yeah Radio on the MXLR? Or?
Oh, I'm gonna stay on the MIXLR. I think it's the best platform. I got Robert Ramon working with me, Frank Summers. I got a loyal crew. Okay. So they're setting up the platforms. They do my ads and stuff as much as you do. You've done stuff for me, which I appreciate.
Hey, no problem. Anytime.
It's over 200,000 K hit on listenings for the radio station. And the opinions of these guys that are working with me and the opinions of the people that listen to the radio station, they said it's the best radio station in the world out there.
Absolutely, man. I love listening to you. I met you a couple years ago online, and we conversed through Messenger. And I love how you play, themes from radio show, TV shows.
Oh yeah, that was something different, man. It was really
different. You don't hear on the radio like say the Partridge Family, that song, or
Superman or
whatever the themes would be, or the show would be, what have you. Wipeout and stuff, like corny stuff. Now, radio stations really don't play.
Well, it's funny on some of my live feeds. Things came to me. It was a gift, like the road to recovery helped a lot of people get better. All right. And the one day I came out, I would be like, hey, John, watch this. And Johnny D, you know what? Holy D's a joke. I came out with ventriloquism, and it was a gift. I learned it in three minutes.
I don't know what you're talking about, but we got a special guest.
You're not really doing it that good, are you? You know what? You need a little helping hand, and here you go. Hey. You gotta have some fun in life. Life's a gift. You don't let it slip.
Yes, absolutely. Podcasting. I'm grateful that I'm doing this. I get to see you face to face and share the same interests, playing music, playing radio. It's all good. It's all a good thing.
Well, to put one piece, Hell Yeah Radio was for the music lover. That's the difference. Okay. You got music listeners and music lovers. Right. They'll listen to anything that has a kick to it.
Okay.
So starting in the music business, that's what it was with my father, country western. Okay. for that to garage bands.
Okay.
Okay. From the garage bands, I started in a place called FFC. Now I'm not flipping around real fast. So I started making cases at a company in 1984 or 5. Okay. And my friend Ron Haig got me involved with it. He worked for the arena, Brendan Byrne at the time. And he was a crew chief for that in the Capitol. I said, "You want a good job, man? We're working with Slayer and Whitney Houston." So he gave me a job. And I was also starting to play with Ritual at the time. I met Billy in 82, and I was doing the cases down there and also doing Ritual. I started doing Ritual with Billy Farley, the creator.
Fantastic.
I said, I got to be in this band, bro.
Some,
I heard it.
Name some places that you played that really, you know, big in it today.
Yeah. You know what? Ritual has a story behind it. Billy left a legacy behind with him. All right.
Mhm.
And I wrote a lot of songs. We had a lot of fun. Billy passed away in 2019. And it's a shame, you know. I think of all the good times we had with Ritual. There was good times and bad times. We all had our share, you know. So I don't think of all the arguments. We had more fun recording and creating the music. That was the thing. So doing the gathering and stuff like that, they're probably the gathering is the creepiest intro that I've ever wrote. It was an accident. All right. So
can you give us a little
with accidents?
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Comes a guitar. All right. So what I did was I was actually on the bed, sitting on Billy's bed, right? The recording studio was in his room, and I started going. So I started that, and then I said, "Wow, man, you know what?" Billy said, "Let's take it to the board." All right. So he hung the microphone. He said, "I got some ideas." He hung the microphone out the window. He's watching the weather come in, and he recorded live rain and lightning. It's really weird, dude. We were by an airport. We were recording in 110-degree weather in the summer, you know. So then I came up with what was it? I came up with you know, and I started adding in the riffs for the gathering. And we were starting to we were doing B-rated horror flicks. You know, so Ritual had his good and bad. You've heard it. They're all true stories. It's amazing what Billy did. Let the Metal Play went down. It's a rare, very rare song. I mean,
yeah, I like that
I
song.
came in on the 5th song, so you know I don't take credit for other people's work. All right. And beyond doing Ritual, I was working at FSC. I got to work with many bands, so I started knowing them. And one that I admired that I just put up on my Facebook page, Jeff Bova, Grammy winner. All right. Jeff, I know him for over 30 years, from doing cases down at FSC, from doing cases at when I opened my company, which was The Ultimate Case. Then it went from that. That started around 88. It went from that to Cases Unlimited in 93. Now, by 96, Cases Unlimited, I've already worked with everybody I've seen in concert, from Anthrax. I had endorsements, Whitney Houston, every band, Slayer, all of them. They were coming to me for repairs or whatever. Okay. So with that, I started a thing called Road Ready Repair. So I would take a truck. I'm loading myself with business now, man. I'm overloading myself. So I'm working 7 days at the Case Company, living there. And I take a truck out to Giant Stadium, and I put the whole Case Company onto a truck.
Oh, wow.
Never been done. So actually, I had my guys working at the shop. Okay. And with the guys working at the shop, I would take another crew with me, and I would be out for 3 days doing concerts at PNC Art Center, go up to New York, the Madison Square Garden, giant stadium. So working big stages, sure. AC/DC, I was right on there. Seen that big train behind the drum set?
Name some stars that you made some flight cases for.
Sure. Stars, well, like friends of mine, very people I was very in touch with was BB King, David Bowie, Lou Reed, okay, the Allman Brothers. Um, there was so many to mention, and I actually got to end up in Hendrix, where Hendrix lived. If you pull up the Limbo King on the net, it says Mike Quashie. Mike Quashie was Hendrix's best friend. So I was actually in Hendrix's apartment where he lived.
Oh, wow.
You know, I ended up there and I talked to Mike one night and I went to a party and he was talking about Lou Reed. And I go, I know Lou. And he opened the door and I knew where I was. All Jimmy's bandanas, the black hat, pictures of Pete Best signed to Mike from the Beatles, you know, Tina Turner with Ike. This guy was the Forrest Gump of the 90s, man. I wanted to talk to him. So he took me through a Hendrix era. Really cool, man. Really cool. So working with the stars, I'm not starstruck at all. All right. I've had more arguments with the bands and getting your money and stuff. You know, loyalty in the music business, it used to be there. Not as much these days. Okay. Of clientele. All right. So I'm loyal to, if someone gives me an apology or something, I will take it. You know, I'll hash it around. And that's what you did. So I seen the good and bad side of the music business. You know, what is good and what is bad. By seeing the times change, John. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I was there building the first case for Sony for a CD to make CDs, to press them. You can buy them for what now? $30. The machine was $20,000 in '89. All right. So you're talking about, I've had Bill Liberty from Firehouse on my station, and he said it was great, Paul, catching up after 33 years. I remember when you built our cases, our flight cases for our wardrobes. You know, it came down to 98 credits on albums. Okay, 15 platinum albums from the bands, and that's not counting the credits that Ronnie Borchert has given me and the other bands that I brought into Hell Yeah Radio, and they're very helpful, man. They're very the bands I bring on are very humble. Singles 13, Chris Starr that I had on.
Miss Crazy.
Yeah. Vicky, Miss Crazy. Kicks, I had Brian Damage Forsythe on. That was great. I had the guitar player from Buck Cherry on. Anthony Esposito from Red Dragon Cartel, which I made cases for Jakey Lee. Okay. If you look at pictures and find pictures of Jakey, you'll see red cases, flight cases on the stage. I made them for Jakey. So, you know, I don't wish bad on anyone, man. The music business was a hard trip to work day and night. I think the most days I've ever worked without sleep and a lot of coffee was about 14 days, and I collapsed. So you're talking, John, you put your heart and soul, you know, is Kiss going on tour again? And that's what it was every day. It was like another tour, another adventure. Right. So, you know what, people that watch what you wish for. It might turn into a nightmare.
So what do you got upcoming on your show?
I got Rick Fox coming on. Rick Fox originally was from Jersey, and he went out to California and got into a band called, I think it was Sister, which was with Blackie Lawless. And he put up the name for Wasp. He made up the name. So he's actually coming on to tell the story about Wasp, which is really cool. And then I'm going to throw another person's interview after mine on there that did it. and it tells Rick Fox's whole story. Okay. Guy did a great job. If you did a great job, why not let the other person, and I'll give the radio station credit, you know? And it tells about him with Kiss and how he knew Eric Carr and all this stuff. And I'm good friends with all these guys. I mean, it's amazing how many stars I've worked with in the business. It came out to 28,000. Okay. Between companies, businesses. And if you calculate over 33 years, you look at, say, 5 people in a band, you got to make cases for all 5.
Absolutely.
So figure it. Every day I was working with, at the beginning, when it kicked off in, I guess, 95, I was working with anywhere from 5 to 20 Grammy winners that I was talking on the phone. So I made personal friends with Alicia Keys, Madonna, all them, Cyndi Lauper, you know. And it was amazing working. And actually, when the bands I toured with, I would actually, if they were making mistakes and stuff during their productions at SAR Studios in 25th Street or 52nd that used to be there, I actually, with Whitney Houston, I had to walk out because she kept going, but I stopped, do it again. All right. I said, I think it was to Johnson Bashiri, the drummer. I said, bro, I'm working back here. I'm going outside. I got to take a break. But, you know, I remember going up in SR, Jeff Beck walked in, and I knew Jeff, and he goes to Mel, who was a tech for Led Zeppelin. He goes, Paul, how you doing? I go, Jeff, same day, same shit. And he goes to Mel, when are you going to sell your 1957 Les Paul Gold Top? And he goes, you ain't got enough money. To Beck. And Beck goes, what the hell did you say? He goes, I promised it to Jimmy. He goes, Jimmy fucking who? Jimmy fucking Page. He was a tech for Jimmy Page during The Song Remains the Same era. So the stories that I've been through have been amazing, especially meeting David Bowie. Okay. Dave was a great guy. So even Lou Reed.
Moment that you remember him saying something to you that will stick in your mind.
David Bowie. He said, Paul, when are you going to grow up and cut your hair? And I said, bro, when are you going to stop singing Let's Dance, put on your red shoes and dance the blues? Because you got a point there. You know, I miss, like, BB King. I took my mom out. She's been on the radio. You heard it. 65th birthday. I took her out. And BB spent a while with my mom. She knew he was coming up for her birthday. So I worked with these guys for 25 years. So they spent time with BB, spent time with my mother. And the best story was my mom. I walk in and BB got done playing. I'm like, we're only like 7 feet from the band, you know, and on the side of stage. And BB got done. And then he said, Mrs. DEVEAU, we're going to take you in to meet BB after he takes a break. He had diabetes. And what happened was, while you're waiting, we're going to introduce you to Lucille. And my mother turns to me and she goes, Paul, what lady am I meeting? I go, Ma, you ain't meeting no lady. You're meeting the most exotic guitar in the world. It's the greatest story with my mother. She's met Art Garfunkel with me, you know, and she met the stars because I would say, Ma, you want to take a ride? I'm doing deliveries. Keep me company, you know. So she would watch a truck for me. And I would run in and dump the cases off, you know. But it's been a trip through time. And the other thing was the road recovery. You know, the road recovery was a gift. It was a hope. And more than a hope. I've cured so many people from cancer and all that stuff. Have you seen it on the net? Got people out of wheelchairs. But no one wanted to pay attention to, or no one wanted to put up $150 for a 16-week course. That's crazy. So you know what? These days, I do radio. I accept pledges, and these days I don't do the road recovery. It's like, if people are going to deny it or turn it down, I'll move on to the next step of my life. Time don't stop. Okay. You can't stop time. Just like you did, you did the same thing. Everybody's like trying to outdo me, and I'm working at the speed of lightning, and I did it all night. And you were there and you seen it. And you said on an interview, Paul, you were my mentor. And that, I appreciate that.
Emilio Vaz from the Hit Parader. You guys have been my mentor and guided me through this and helped me through. I appreciate you guys both. I wanted to have like an indie radio station in 3 places, 3 radio stations, simulcast in 3 bands with 3 songs from one end of town to the other, from California to St. Thomas to Windsor, Ontario to New York. Have 3 stations to playing 3 different same songs, but on 3 different stations. But that didn't work out. That's okay. I'm putting a hiatus on the radio station right now. I'd like to get back to it with you and have the indie, because I am indie. I like to bring out the indie bands, independent bands, and playing them and put them on the radio show.
Well, I'd like to say one thing to the listeners out there. I would like to everybody say a prayer for my son, who he just lost 2 friends in a fire in Carolinas. All right.
Sorry to hear that.
So, yeah, I gave you the article, and they went to a concert, and they came with the concert. They came home. He went home with his girlfriend, my son, and the other 2 went home. They never made it out. Okay. So it's very sad, but you know what? I say a prayer for my son, Damon, and his girlfriend, and the families of the ones that lost.
Prayers are for your son.
Thank you very much.
Girlfriend and family. And thanks for having you on the show. How can anybody reach you?
How can anybody reach me? Paul, it's easy. Paulie D's, PAULYDS, Hell Yeah Radio @gmail.com.
And where can they listen to your radio station?
You go to the Hell Yeah Radio page. I put it up on Facebook. And you can hit the link. There's a link for MIXLR. You can look it up on the net, Paulie D's Hell Yeah Radio. And it'll say on MIXLR, and there'll be a link. You just click on and you can listen to it 24/7.
Fantastic. The voice behind Hell Yeah Radio, Paulie D. Thanks for having me on the show. And
thanks for inviting me.
Again, I'd like to have you back. And hopefully you can have bring one of your stars, co-star with you, and we can have another interview. Sound good?
Maybe next time I'll bring I don't know, how many people can you bring on at once?
I'm not sure, but we'll figure it out.
Well, maybe I'll bring I'll talk to Ronnie Borcher or something. Ronnie was with when Miss Crazy he had a thing going called Freak Show. And with that, he had Frankie Banali from Quiet Riot, Jeff LaBar from Cinderella, and Tony Franklin. So from the Firm, playing with him. So that album went off. So Ronnie and, I got give a shout out to Red Calling, my friend Brian. There's so many people, dude. I got to thank everybody that supports Hell Yeah Radio, because there's too many to mention. And I don't want to leave really anybody out. It wouldn't be fair.
All right. Thanks for being on the show, and we'll have you back. And
sure.
Stay tuned, stay safe, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for having you.
Hey, I appreciate coming on, and you and your family have a blessed night. All right, man?
God bless you.
Thank you. I'll talk to you.